what do they do at this point, right? Do they go for just double down on team fight? Go for Claude?
I think they need to double down on early game. Try to win the early game again. Gamble it in the early game.
From Beatrix.
Beatrix, or early game.
Yeah.
Martis, holy.
Oh, that's a nasty, nasty pick indeed from the side of Rebellion. But okay, second phase, they will ban on the Melissa. Signifies that they will clump up using the Faramis, using the Grok. Yeah, sure, you will clump up, and Melissa can neutralize that playstyle. But what else here? Onic, what will they ban out?
I think for Rebellion, they're going to go for the Claude ban too. Knowing that they have a Faramis Grok and a Martis. I don't know. Actually, the Claude isn't too much of a problem, I would say, now that you think about it. The Franco gets banned though, so still signifying possibly an assassin pick in the jungle. Or just something that can dive into the back line. Maybe even a Masha for Boots.
I think it depends here. Rebellion Zion, they're going to go for the Uranus ban first, denying that pick away from Boots. If Rebellion Zion pick up something like the Masha, no, like something like the Beatrix, then I think Masha would be such a good pick. But that should be what Rebellion Zion, like they should know that. They should see it coming. I think if they want to double down on early game, maybe Brody is definitely an option here for Heist.
You're right. I think the Brody pick is really good against the Kadita too. Even Fredrin, you're going to be able to just put those stacks in so easily and the execute, that burst execute. Now, if you go for the Brody, then again, that's a decimation and a torn apart memory on top of all the CC that you have already. And it's the Arlet ban. We spoke about this, we mentioned this. The Arlets for Mr. Cars. A playmaking XP laner, but now it's taken out. What the Rebellion want to do? I think now they pick up a marksman just to utilize the Grok into the second or the last pick here as a flex all the way.
Oh, let's see what Rebellion Zion pick up here. Do you think they could pick up something like the Harris even?
No, I think so. They can do it. If Karis goes for a physical damage XP, yeah, this will be good for a Harith. If it's not the Harith though, a safe pick against the Kadita would be the Claude or 1-1. If they want to go, just go for a very aggressive pick. Sheffin would say a ballsy pick. It would be a Beatrix. Just go for it. Heist loves it. You get the space. Now it's safe.
Hey, they're going for the Claude, so I feel like they want balance in their composition, right? Got the Grok and Martis that can cause problems in the early game. Let's stabilize. Let's pick up the Claude who can deal damage towards that mid and late. Asking a question, Onic, what are you going to do? Because it seems like Onic, they're banking on the early game as well, with the Kadita and as well as the Valentina. Maybe what's a good pick here? Going up against a Claude.
1-1.
Leslie, what about Leslie?
Against Grok?
2.
1-1's the safest, definitely, if you want to get out of the CC.
Oh, wow. Veteran EXP.
Whoa.
Yikes.
Hayabusa.
Against Faramis, remember the matchup?
Yeah, interesting. It's a long discussion about who counters who. Rebellion Zion, though, with one last pick. Do they want to go for... Do they want to put Grok into the roam? I'd flex it into the EXP, pick up something that can really hold down this Hayabusa. I guess since Kaja and Franco are taken out, that's why they banned Franco. Well, what's your next guess? Next bet, Kufra.
Oh, Kufra
Can Audi play Kufra? He can, right?
We haven't seen it in a long time.
We have. He's picked up the Kufra before. This season.
Florin.
They're hovering over Florin. I would think maybe a pickoff hero like a Kaja or a Edith, but okay, they lock into Florin, so they're going for sustain. This is a very good comp from Rebellion.
They're going for just overwhelming the Valentina. It's like, what ultimate do you want to pick here?
It's a tough question to ask. It's a Faramis Florin. This is scary. This is a sustain composition. Looking on at Onic's trend, like you mentioned, Eterna, it's either 2-0 win or 2-0 loss.
We might not see a game 3.
We might not. I mean, the crowd is loving it here at EXO Hall, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys have some time, come on over, feel the atmosphere. Rebellion Zion supporters have shown up in a full volume as well.
Full force.
Full force as well. I say volume because I can barely hear myself right now. But anything standing out from the spells before we head in?
3 purifies.
Oh, 3 purifies. I mean, there's a lot of CC technically. You don't see it here. You see the Fredrin and the Valentina, but remember, the Valentina can take a lot of the CC.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome you into the Land of Dawn for game number 2. Will the Blue Bulls take it to a 2-0 against the Yellow Porcupines with their winning lineup, with their championship lineup? If they do, that's a statement and that's a blow to Onic's confidence.
Let's say indeed. Oh, it's a classic Haya versus Martis match as well. And Audi with that Florin pick might cause problems here with the global healing, especially if we're talking about the early and mid.
And even Audi went for Brave Smite. Usually we see, a focusing mark maybe, but yeah, if you want to heal all the way, my guy. Taking a look at the emblems for the rest, it's a basic common emblem for both Claude and the Florin, and it's an assassin emblem for Vincent. So yeah, there you go. He wants to get it done in the early game. He wants to use this additional penetration. Usually when you see in an assassin emblem here, you would expect him to go for at least 100 strike, but Vincent has proven that it depends. He's a very adaptive jungler, and he can go for just a full tank build, even with a Molten Essence to start.
In Indonesia, people say it, don't have half, right? Jangan setengah-setengah, don't have half.
Literal translation.
Literal translation is basically just commit onto your game plan. Don't go half damage, half tank. But here you go, AdiTZ getting caught.
Good first blood there. Good pick off. Florin even pops a Purify. That's a very, very worth a trade.
I definitely think that this early game is a
Better.
opportunity for Onic to utilize and to capitalize over, because Rebellion Zion, they need a little bit more time to get to that power spike, whether it be that level 4 or a little bit more items. And Sans naturally is really good at clearing the wave alongside with the Kadita, so really good mid-side pressure. But right now, both of these teams are going to be centering out. Petrify taken as well.
Oh,
He doesn't die.
doesn't really matter. He is level 4, but that's info that Florin has no ult. And Onic, take a look at Boots here. What's he doing? He is delaying the turtle.
Beautifully done here by Onic. The Master Assassin emblem, we got to talk about it here because it basically signifies that Onic might not want to be going for a lot of these neutral objective takes. They want to try to look for pickoffs around the Whoa, Connie! I've never seen this. Is this a mistake?
No,
What?
this is not a mistake.
Wow!
We might not see game 3. I said it before. Take a look at Audi now. Taken down though. It's 3v4 in that turtle. So Rebellion Zion, it's not in their favor. Seems like they should just back away here. What are they doing? Hovering, terrified.
Oh.
Boats finds the kill. Call alter pop by both teams. Rebellion Zion, they do not want business.
Man, Rebellion Zion, they're losing on the objectives. I mean, earlier on you said that Onic might not be going for objectives, but I mean, if they already have that much killing pressure in the early game and they got that perfect kill on to Vincent,
Wow.
might as well, why not? And go for another kill here. 4-0 already in the first 3.5 minutes of the game, pushing Onic to a 2,700 gold lead.
I mean, at this point, again, we've seen Martis in the jungle lose out in the early game. It was literally Onic that did this with the Martis against Aura, and it didn't go well at all. When you don't get these neutral objectives in the start with Martis, the hardest fall off of a hero in MLBB. Martis becomes a complete non-factor if he falls behind, and Onic are doing exactly that with their mid control and kill threat. The kill pressure is immense, and even with the healing, even with the co-alter, they haven't been able to survive it.
See the gank potentially here. 4 members rotating from side of Onic. 4v2. Petrify connects. Audi now forced to use the global healing. Oh, good shadow. But it's not enough. Blazing duets from Izamore. Not enough damage. Vincent trying to find a decimation. Oh, good shadow kill. Good outplay. CW finds the kill as well as Kyrie. That's 2 members taken out. Onic now with the flicker as well. Finding the taunt. AdiTZ gets taken out. Kyrie finds the double. Onic, 4,000 gold lead 4 minutes in.
What in the world is that counter engage from Onic? And another kill goes to the hands of Sans. This is the Onic that we know and love, but Sans is definitely going to go down, right? He should go down here, right?
Yeah, we
All right. Because if he outplayed that, then that wouldn't be fair. But what Kyrie was able to do there just really changed the course. At some point, Rebellion Zion should have had a little bit more to play around with, being able to get those few kills on the board. But man, Kyrie comes in and just denies that away.
You need to really understand your limits to be able to make that kind of play there. You know, the shadow kill right after the decimation animation has been used up, and that was just Vincent getting absolutely outclassed. I think the real answer here is Boots, who's just zoning.
Shadow kill on towards Cars, forced to use them flicker, but Vincent will be the casualty as alongside Cars. Turtle picked up by the side of Onic. That's a huge dub again for the Yellow Porcupines.
Dude, I think okay, now if Kyrie picks an assassin, it's Onic time. Holy moly, I mean, what the heck? This is a completely different person who's playing in game 1 and 2. That Alpha versus the Haya. You can see the level of comfort, the level of confidence he has, and even the audience switched up on Onic right after game 1. 62% said Rebellion. My lord. Kyrie on Assassins.
It's gross, and it's worse enough that he's so good on the Assassins, and it's even better the fact that Yeb set it up really perfectly, right? The Kaja was eliminated from the hands of Rebellion Zion. Franco was taken out as well. They didn't really have a lot of choices when it came down to lockdown in from Kyrie. And it felt like Rebellion Zion, they just doubled down on trying to out-sustain that potential damage. And honestly, so far, it's not working out for them at all.
It's really, really not, right? We're entering the mid-game, though. See, Boots trying to distract. But man, Onic, 8,000 gold lead. 7 minutes in.
There's too much to handle now if you're Rebellion Zion. 7 minutes, 8,000 gold lead, that's something we don't see every day. Maybe
this is Onic.
This is Onyx. Truly is Onic. As they're utilizing every little thing that they can get on the map, even for Rebellion Zion here. The fact that they're trying to just clear out these waves, they're already turtling in the 7 minute. It's just a display of how dominant they are, and wow.
Good coordination to the backside as well. Shadow kill here. 3 members though, just to poke Rambo to a very low HP. Sans. Now Vincent finding the angle here, but will not commit on towards dealing the damage. Oh, good cancel, good Immortal Coil. But again, Onic here, establishing a very healthy lead. What can Rebellion Zion do?
They can't do anything at this point. They just have to accept it. They can wait for their power spikes to hit. Vincent, he's already reached his power spike. This is the fall off of the Martis. Meanwhile, for Highs, that's, I guess, the last chance, the last effort, the last hope for Rebellion Zion. If Highs gets his item power spike, but even then, it's going to be really tough. Renbu 0-2. Everybody is 0-2, 0-3. It all lies on Highs right now, and it all lies on Onic honestly making a mistake. If Onic overstep, if they give Rebellion Zion a chance to shut these members down, then Rebellion has a chance back in the game. But if they play it like this, if they just go for Lords and deny these team fights away from Rebellion, might be a 13 or 12 minute game.
It's not looking good at all for Rebellion Zion. What are they supposed to do?
CW, forced to use the flicker. He might be caught here. Good Valentina catch, but Vincent finds the decimation. That's a huge dub already for side of Rebellion Zion here.
Is it huge though? I mean, they get a pick onto CW, great, but
No shutdown, yeah.
there's no shutdown, there's no
true.
objective on the board either.
Onic are very calculative, so even when they make mistakes like this, when they overextend, it's just one of those times where there's not much you can capitalize on. And again, that's why Rebellion Zion will have to try to bank on a team fight when Onic are looking for a siege, because if they get these little skirmishes here and there. Oh, that was a retry from Vincent, and Kyrie actually still took it, and the entire jungle now is being cleared out. Rebellion are not even going to be able to step in their own jungle. Onic want to control everything.
Remember in the drafting phase when we were asking Rebellion Zion, which threat do you feel is worse, Ling or Kadira? I think both it's a catch-22. If you pick Ling, if you pick Kadira, it's bad both ways because this Hayabusa and the Kadita pick, just the amount of space that was rewarded towards Onic to get to this dominant point is so huge. I don't understand. It's 10 minutes and this is what we're seeing on screen right now.
So what happens when you let Onic steamroll all the way from the start, man? The two winning conditions I would say for Onic right now is Kadita and Assassin for Kyrie, and so far it's 2 of 2 for Onic. They got both of those picks, and now it's just clean. They just play it to the way they know how to play it. Let's take a look at the items here. Let's see what creative decisions they have made here. Heptaseas BOD into a Melfic, now into an endless battle, I believe. And Sans is doing that much damage just with a Clock of Destiny and a Lightning. So yeah, not even like too many crazy items. No crazy items at all, actually. They're just, it's quite standard, bro. It's just they're 10k ahead.
They are 10k ahead here now. The Lord marching. I'm looking at the high ground for Side of Rebellion. Zion, they got the Grok, they got the Claude, but with this deficit, they have enough firepower to defend, is my question.
They have high ground, but they don't have range, is what I'm worried about. And when you don't have range, you go against a composition that has good dive like Kadita, that poses a huge threat to when Rebellion Zion want to go for a defense. They need to wait, once again, like what they were able to do before. CW getting a little bit overextensive with his positioning, but at this point, it looks like Onic, they mean business. They're not taking it slow at all.
Oh, good. Purified by Rebellion Zion. Boots now soaking damage. Gets a little bit pulled. Survive. Cold Alter pops. Take a look at the damage here dealt. Kyrie hasn't even joined the fray yet. RTZ in the front side will be able to somehow soak in, but again, 3 base turrets taken down.
We almost never see this nowadays, right? 3 base turrets with the first Lord. I don't think we've ever seen it in MPL Indonesia Season 12 yet. This might be the first of its kind. Oh, they're going in again, but yeah, Onic, usually it's just value. Maybe in Season 11, Season 10, it was value to get 1 base turret from the first Lord. But now, even with the first Lord, you would expect just tier 2s. I don't even think you would expect a base turret at this point with the whole Lord passive thing, the clear, or the wave clear. But Onic have just taken 3. They've once again started a new trend here. They've broken a record. No base turrets to 3 base turrets.
Are you allowed to recall that much in the game?
I mean, they can try to break the record. They can try to break the record again. Like, they broke it at MSC, remember?
I thought they wanted to break the game.
I think they are already breaking the game. 13,000 gold lead in 12 minutes against a composition like Rebellion Zion where they actually need to get that early game.
Oh, man.
This is emotional damage.
It is. And even more magic damage as well with Sans picking up the Divine Glaive.
Ooh.
More penetration on top of everything going on. Howdy TZ just built in the Athena shield. And I just saw Renbu pick up the Lightning Truncheon. That's how far behind they are.
Yeah, he's on his second item. That's how far behind he is. He has a Talisman and a Lightning. So he just had to really go for the Lightning here. A desperate attempt to try to come back in this game. But a plus side to Rebellion Zion is there's a Golden Staff and a DHS already built up for highs. He needs a Melfic Roar though, or maybe even a Corrosion Scythe now to help deal more damage. I don't think it's going to come in time. 14,000 gold lead, and Onic have an enhanced Lord. Second Lord of the game could be the end.
Let's see, indeed. Onic manipulating the waves here for a 3-wave push, potentially, but seems like they will focus down on the mid at first. Rebellion Zion delaying. I don't think this is the right move. This might make Onic, help Onic. Let's see, Rebellion Zion trying to defend the Lord. Boots jumping in. Keyboy flanking in the backside, finds a Petrify, but good Cold Alter to delay. Good silence, good knockup. Onic finding one. Vincent gets taken out. And more with the Blazing Duet, Wind of Nature. Trying to clear, but Boots is there with the Brazil's Wrath. And that is it. Onic with the wiped out, forcing the series to a game 3.
Welcome to the first best of 1 for Onic again, ladies and gentlemen, as they force a game 3. I don't really know what to say about that game. It was a little bit too dominant for my taste. Rebellion Zion literally had nothing going for them at all. They were banking on what from their
Martis.
composition.
They were
Martis,
banking on early
game rotation, that snowball that we usually see that the Martis is capable of doing, but they couldn't do